How did the Treaty of Tordesillas affect colonial administration? Have you ever wondered how a simple line drawn on a map could change the course of history? The Treaty of Tordesillas, signed in 1494, did just that. This agreement between Spain and Portugal divided newly discovered lands outside Europe. An imaginary line was drawn about 370 leagues west of the Cape Verde Islands. Lands to the west were given to Spain, while those to the east were assigned to Portugal. This division had a major impact on how these countries managed their colonies. For Spain, it meant they had exclusive rights to colonize most of the Americas. This shaped how they set up their administrative systems in Latin America. The Spanish crown created Viceroyalties, which were large regions governed by viceroys, and Audiencias, which were high courts. These systems helped integrate indigenous populations into colonial society. The Spanish focused on spreading Christianity and extracting resources from these lands. On the other hand, Portugal secured its claims over territories in Africa, Asia, and the eastern part of South America, including Brazil. This is why Brazil became a Portuguese-speaking country, while its neighbors primarily speak Spanish. The Portuguese administration in Brazil developed differently, concentrating on plantation agriculture and trade routes that connected to Africa and Asia. The Treaty of Tordesillas set the stage for distinct colonial identities and administrative systems in Spanish and Portuguese America. It also influenced international relations by reducing conflicts between Spain and Portugal over new territories. However, it did not stop other European powers from challenging their dominance later on. Over time, the strict boundary established by the treaty was contested and adjusted. Portugal expanded beyond the original line in South America, leading to new negotiations in the 18th century. One such agreement was the Treaty of Madrid in 1750, which redefined borders based on practical realities rather than the original treaty's terms. From a cultural viewpoint, the Treaty of Tordesillas shaped the development of Latin America. It created two major colonial spheres, each with its own language, culture, and political systems. The Spanish and Portuguese colonial administrations laid the groundwork for the diverse cultures we see in Latin America today. They influenced language, religion, legal systems, and social structures across the continent. So, the Treaty of Tordesillas was more than just a line on a map. It was a key factor in shaping the colonial administration and cultural identities of Latin America.